Very good morning to all. Welcome to the webinar on enhanced HyperV Backup using new Vembu VMBackup version 3.5. My name is Manoj. I'm here a part of sales engineering with Vembu Technologies. I'll be hosting today's session. I see the attendees are quickly trying to join the session, so let's leave a minute for everyone to get joined and then we can go ahead and get started. Thank you. Hope all the attendees have joined the session. We can get started. To start with, let's have a quick intro about the company profile. Vembu Technologies is founded in the year 2004. We are a private company, profitable since 2006. We have 4,000 plus channel partners and we reached more than 60,000 businesses so far. We are headquartered in Chennai, India. 70% of our customers are from North America, 20% from Europe, and the rest 10% from Asia Pacific region. Vembu DR Suite is actually a one-stop solution for all your backup and disaster recovery needs, categorizing every requirement of small and medium-sized businesses. It has a group of products bundled together, and they are Vembu VMBackup for the backup and replication of VMware and HyperV, Vembu Image Backup for backup and bare metal recovery for physical Windows servers and desktops, Vembu Network Backup that helps you to do granular file folder level backups and backup applications like MS Exchange, SQL, SharePoint, Active Directory, Outlook, MySQL, etc. And Vembu Online Backup is purely a cloud-based solution where you can directly back up the data to our cloud, Vembu Cloud. And Vembu SaaS Backup is a backup solution for SaaS applications like Office 365 and Google Apps. Adding to that, we do have some more add-on products, and they are Vembu Offsite DR that helps you to have a redundant copy of the data or replicate the data to an offsite data center. And Vembu Cloud DR helps you to set up a hybrid cloud environment where the additional backup copy data can be replicated to Vembu Cloud, such that in case of a disaster you can directly perform the recovery from our Vembu Cloud using Vembu Cloud DR. And Vembu DR 360 helps you to do a better manageability of your servers. It's a 24/7 manageability tool where you can manage and monitor multiple BDR servers with one single centralized portal called Vembu BDR 360. Vembu Universal Explorer is an Agentless software that helps you to do a restore of granular restore of applications like Exchange, SQL, SharePoint, Active Directory, etc. Let's say like if it is an Exchange, you can even narrow down to a mail level restore. If it is a SQL, you can even narrow down to a database level restore with this Universal Explorer. Why we need Vembu VMBackup? Say the challenges here are backing up virtual environments typically become more expensive and difficult to manage, and it actually required fundamentally a different approach towards the backup. So Vembu VMBackup is exclusively designed for virtual environments like VMware vSphere and Microsoft HyperV by the experts in the industry. It actually fills a purpose here with the best breed in technology, providing a manageable solution in an affordable cost for both VMware and HyperV, and it actually backs up virtual machines. That also ensures that the applications residing inside the virtual machines are backed up intact. Optionally, it also has an option to do a cloud disaster recovery. To speak more about backup and disaster recovery, we need an understanding of RPO and RTO. Recovery time objective, RTO, is nothing but how much time we take to recover a machine after a disaster. So with Vembu BDR, you can ensure that you can achieve an RTO of less than 15 minutes. There are various levels of recovery, and some of the important recovery methods are instant virtual machine recovery, where the backed up virtual machine will be booted up instantly on the backup service hypervisor. Instant file level recovery, where the backed up machine is mounted into the backup service disk management for a granular file folder level recovery. And as I said earlier, you can use Vembu Universal Explorer for performing a granular recovery of applications like Exchange, SQL, SharePoint, Active Directory, etc. RPO, recovery point objective, is like up to which point we can recover a backup after a disaster. With Vembu VMBackup, you can achieve an RPO of less than 15 minutes, where you provide near continuous data production. It has an automated backup and replication scheduling, and the backup frequency starts from every 15 minutes. So you can assure an RPO of less than 15 minutes by configuring the backup in such a way that it runs every 15 minutes. At any point of time, the backup data should be recoverable. If not, the backups are worthless. Vembu provides an ability to run an automated backup verification for all the backup virtual machine. So the backup verification is a feature where it runs the post completion of the backup job or once in a day, such that it boots up all the backed up virtual machines from the backend, and the boot screen will be captured as a screenshot. So as an admin, you can simply take a look at the screenshots and you can ensure that all the backed up virtual machines are bootable, intact and good to go with. So we do have an efficient storage management system integrated with Vembu DR, which is nothing but Vembu Hive. It's our own file system designed for large scale storages and for cloud level storages. And this file system is supported by SAN, NAS, DAS, all type of storage devices. So it has an option to do an automatically scale up or scale out storage devices, and this has inbuilt version control, error correction, inbuilt compression, deduplication and encryption mechanism in it. So when you plan about migrating between different virtual environments like VMware to HyperV or vice versa, or physical to virtual or virtual to physical, Vembu has inbuilt solution for all your migration plans. It supports the instant creation of the VMDK, VHD and the raw files of the backed up virtual or physical machine, such that the user can instantly do a P2V or V2P migration with Vembu VDR. So this is the architecture of Vembu VMBackup. The most important component is the Vembu DR server, where you have the storage connected, and from the server, Vembu VMBackup is an integration service as a proxy, communicates with the HyperV server. It will just back up the data to the BDR server, and from there optionally you can replicate the data to an offsite data center using offsite DR, and also you do have an option to replicate to our cloud using Vembu's Cloud DR. Speaking more about HyperV Backup, host level HyperV Backup is designed to protect Microsoft HyperV servers with Vembu VMBackup. So Vembu has developed its own proprietary drivers to back up HyperV virtual machines in an efficient manner, especially up to 5x improvement in the performance over the other backup softwares. So these HyperV backups use application-specific VSS writers to take consistent snapshot of the highly transactional applications like Exchange Server, SQL Server, and it could even truncate the transaction log files during the backup job. So by this you can ensure that you are not only backing up just the virtual machine, you are also backing up the applications residing inside the virtual machines intact. And these are backup jobs are flexible and configurable in terms of retention policies, and backup of multiple VMs in a single backup job are an option to create multiple backup jobs with a group of virtual machines is available. Hot backup ensures zero VM downtime, and the support for HyperV clustered shared volumes is also available with Vembu VMBackup. So if you take a look at the HyperV Backup's working procedure, you could see that on Vembu DR Backup server itself, the HyperV Backup can be configured since it's purely agentless. So once it has been added, the VM Backup will be an proxy or the integration service that communicates with the HyperV server. It reads the information of the virtual machines, encrypts, compresses, and only the encrypted compressed information will be sent to the Vembu DR Backup server. So this is the workflow of how the backup takes place when it comes to HyperV. So whenever a backup request is initiated, it initiates the VSS snapshot creation, and the virtual machines which are configured to backup will be added as a component to the VSS. So and then it will squeeze the IOs so that it makes a consistent snapshot by freezing the by squeezing the IOs. All applications inside the virtual machine comes to a consistent state, and then the VM backup proxy or the integration service reads the source.vhd or vhgx files, and once it's successfully read, starts backing up to the BDR server. The VSS snapshot has been deleted. So, and once the backup is successfully completed, a backup success acknowledgement will be given to the server from where the request has been initiated. To speak more about the change block tracking in HyperV, Vembu has developed our own CPT drivers to track the VHD files associated with the guest machines. So all changes happening on the VHD files are efficiently tracked by the driver. So whenever an incremental is scheduled, the block level changes alone will get backed up. So this improves the performance of the incrementals as well as the consistency of the backup. So if you could see the diagram, whenever a full incremental or an incremental or the full backup is triggered, the Vembu CBT will start tracking the captured IOs, capturing the IOs and logging them the changes in a bitmap file. So during the backup job, the bitmap file is referred and only the changed blocks will be sent to the VDR server. So to highlight the features in Vembu VMBackup, it's purely agentless, where you can have a single centralized console where you can directly go and add the HyperV host credentials in the VDR server console itself. Once it is added, an integration service will be pushed to the host. So and then now you can go and select the host and configure backups to the desired virtual machines. So there is an extensive support for VMs in SMB storage. So all you need to do is you need to add the SMB file server to the host list of backup VMs using SMB file server as storage. So this is how the quick recovery of the HyperV virtual machines takes place. If you could see, the HyperV virtual machines will be backed up to the Vembu DR server. There it will create a virtual drive which has the same backup in different file formats like VHD, VMDK, flat VMDK, etc. So whenever an instant boot request is received, it immediately perform a recovery of the backed up virtual machine on the backup service hypervisor. So this is one of the quickest recovery method that is included in Vembu VMBackup. So this is all about the highlight features about the Vembu VMBackup version 3.5. Meanwhile, I'll go ahead and show you how the console of VMBackup 3.5 looks like, how we can configure backup of HyperV, and what are all the recovery options available. So if you could see my screen, this is the single standalone console of the VDR, Vembu VDR protector. So where on the server console itself I can configure a backup for HyperV. So all I need to do is select backup and HyperV, and here I'll have an option to add a HyperV server. So you need to provide the exact credentials to access this HyperV. As you can see, whether you need to select which type of HyperV you want to backup, standalone HyperV or SMB HyperV. And then here you need to provide the credentials of the host and the user access credentials of the HyperV host server. So once it is added, an integration service will communicate to this HyperV server. So what happens is it will just go and reads the information of all the virtual machines there, and it will be listed for the backup over here. So I've already added one from my test bed. So all I can do is I can just click on backup now. So now the integration service will communicate with the HyperV host server, and it will just pop up the list of all the virtual machines running inside this HyperV host server. So I need to pick what are all the VMs to be backed up, and then I can start configuring the backup. So here I can choose what are all the VMs to be backed up, click on next. So here I can choose how frequently I want to run the backup. So this is where I can ensure the RPO and RTO. As I said during the presentation, you can even do it every 15 minutes depending upon your convenience. And here you're going to choose how many restore points you would like to have for the backup. So what happens is depending upon the restore or retention policy you configure, the incrementals will be merged along with the full backup. And all these backups are application aware. Let's say you can even truncate the application logs after the successful backup by enabling this option. So that's it. It's a simple wizard where you can directly go and add a backup name and start backing up your HyperV virtual machines to your VDR server. So similarly, the recoveries also can be done from the same console, where you can just click on recovery and you need to navigate through which backup you want to recover. So click on restore. So it will just show you what are all the important recovery methods available from the VDR, and the most important method is the instant virtual machine recovery, If you use this recovery method, the backed up virtual machine will be immediately spinned up as a virtual machine on the BDR server's hypervisor. So you can directly connect the newly created VM to a network and start using it until you rebuild the actual VM on the source environment. And the live restore to the HyperV server is a legacy method where you can directly restore the backed up virtual machine to the target HyperV server, and then from there you can rebuild the HyperV server with the restored data. And the file level recovery is like when you enable this option, what happens is like the backed up virtual machine will be mounted like an additional drive in the backup server's disk management. If I need specific files or folders, I can directly go and navigate through the newly created drive and copy what all the files and folders required. So it doesn't need any manual restore process for performing a file level recovery from the backed up HyperV virtual machine. And this download is a legacy method that helps you to perform the migration between V2V, V2P or V2V. So depending upon the file format in which you wanna perform the migration, you can just choose it which file format you wanna do and click on next. So this will help you to do instant V2V or V2P or V2V migration from the VDR itself. So by this I cover the important features about Vembu VMBackup. So as this product also has 30 days of trial available for with a full feature trial available for Vembu VMBackup, what I would recommend is you to directly give it a try, and we have a 24/7 technical team available with us, so you can just reach us anytime when you're planning to start evaluation or when you need hands-on assistance during the testing. So once again, this session is recorded. If anyone of you need a recorded copy of this session, just feel free to reach us at vembu-support@vembu.com or vembu-sales@vembu.com. We would be happy to send you a recorded copy of this webinar. So once again, I would like to thank you all for joining the session. Have a wonderful day.